Get the drone down now.
Why?
Because you're flying over private property. This officer's going to take your
I
details.
was just having a look at your marked cars and stuff. That's all it was.
Yeah, but there's
People
private
interested.
cars there as well. So get the drone down now. He's going to take your details and run you through, all right? You can't be flying it over police property.
Why?
Because it's private
I
property.
do it all the time, mate. It's fine.
No, it's not fine. He's going to get your details. Get the drone down now.
To be fair, I'd finished anyway. I'll take the drone down because I don't want to be keeping it in the air while I'm talking to you.
No, we'll get it down
but
now.
It's fine over police property. It's fine.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, because there's private cars in there.
Yeah, not after
All right.
that. Not interested. I'm interested in the vans.
I don't care what you're interested in.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I don't care what your concern is, mate, but I'm trying to allay your concern.
If you're concerned about me, and I don't care if you're recording, I'm Sergeant 4616 Roberts.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I'm going to land the drone.
Land the drone.
We'll talk.
They'll take
All right.
your details. All right.
Won't be taking no details, buddy.
Hey.
Won't be taking
They
no
will be
details.
taking your details, or
Will
they'll
they?
be taking the.
From the very start, things go sideways. A sergeant storms out, barking about private property and demanding the drone be grounded. Let's set the record straight. The police station itself may be private, but the airspace above it? That's under the Civil Aviation Authority, not local police. As long as the drone is flown within CAA regulations, no offence is being committed, so when the sergeant insists the operator hand over personal details or risk having the drone seized, that's pure bluff. Under UK law, officers can't seize property or demand ID without reasonable suspicion of an actual crime. Throwing out threats without a legal leg to stand on isn't policing, it's intimidation, plain and simple.
Yes. Really.
So, they're only entitled to details if I've been suspected of committed an offence.
Which you have. We don't know who you are. Okay.
That's not an offence, buddy.
This is a CT. It's a counter-terrorist site. All right.
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, you do now.
I didn't know that.
All right.
So
So that's because the security
Yeah,
there and all private cars and covert
Yeah.
cars are parked out the back.
I don't like your approach,
Okay.
but I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing a video on the police vehicles today.
Right.
Didn't know that was the type of site it is.
Okay, but we need to get your details.
But I
'cause
don't
we
give
don't
details.
know who you are.
I'm going to land that. I'll come over. All right.
Right. If we don't take your details, we're going to seize your drone. Simple as that.
And then I'll be civil claiming against you because
can
I have
civil
not.
claim all you like,
I have not
but you're
committed an
flying it
offence.
over police property.
That's not an offence, buddy.
Where there's covert.
Let me land it. We'll
It's
talk.
a CT site. Land the thing now.
I do this a lot.
I've never seen anything like this in my life, mate. For you to tell me that it's okay to fly over private property, a police site which is a
It
counter-terrorist
is.
site.
Okay, I didn't know that bit.
Custody. Will you?
The sergeant now shifts gears, claiming he's never dealt with anything like this before and throwing out the term counter-terrorism site to justify his actions. Let's clear this up. Burton Police Station is not a designated protected site under the Official Secrets Act or any counter-terrorism legislation, and here's the key. Simply labelling something counter-terrorism doesn't magically hand the police extra powers, nor does it restrict legal drone flights operating within CAA rules. This has nothing to do with terrorism. What it does show is a sergeant who doesn't understand drone law and is misusing the language of counter-terrorism to intimidate. That's not just misleading, it's reckless. And it's exactly the kind of behaviour that erodes public trust in policing.
Security then.
Because you do know. What do you mean security?
What I'm saying is, right.
Well,
I fly
can you
drones
see how
over.
it looks to me, all right?
If you've never
Because
seen anything,
we all do. No, you're not listening to me. Because we all do
you're not going to get a word in, are you?
different roles.
Go on, you have your say.
So it's a counter-terrorist site for custody.
Right. So you've got custody here.
Pardon?
You got custody here. I didn't even know that.
I'm saying, yeah, well, I'm telling you, it's
on the camera I was saying, I can't see a custody suite,
yeah.
maybe they have one, I don't know.
You see those windows there?
Right, got you.
On the bottom.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
So,
Yeah.
it's a CT site. All right, mate, I've worked here for 25 years. I've never seen anybody fly a drone over here.
Have you never?
And I've never
It's
seen
quite a common thing.
Not challenge.
They may have. It's a common thing these days. People do it.
Not when there's private vehicles parked out there. Okay, some of us.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
Have to have. Well, I don't know what you're videoing.
Somebody
or
could
what
film
you're
here,
interested in.
you're coming out. It's the same
Exactly.
thing,
And
isn't
we
it?
challenge them as well.
Well, fair enough.
But when it's up and over there, I literally just got out of my car and I've got a drone overhead.
I stayed high enough. It's a wide lens. It won't capture
mate,
anything,
I'm not-
mate. I'm trying to allay your concern.
I know.
You genuinely seem concerned.
But I genuinely don't know who you are.
You don't need.
The exchange kicks off with security trying to piece together what's happening, insisting the auditor's actions don't make sense. Their logic: if the auditor doesn't see it their way, then he must be confused or misinformed. From there, they escalate the claim, calling the area a counter-terrorism site, but the auditor doesn't flinch. He reminds them he's worked here for years and never once seen drones treated as a threat. Security doubles down, pointing to private vehicles and vague worries, but the auditor cuts straight through. The drone is flying high, within legal limits, and well inside Civil Aviation Authority rules. The officer presses on, admitting they don't know who the auditor is, as if that matters. The auditor makes it crystal clear, the law doesn't require him to hand over personal information. This isn't about identity. It's about rights.
Right, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I make videos, informative videos on emergency sites, police, all sorts.
Yeah.
Not from around the area. Drove past and thought, you know what? I haven't done that one before. Let's do that one.
Right.
I take aerial shots of buildings. Now that building from here doesn't look that big. From above, it's massive.
Yeah.
It's interesting for people.
But because,
that's it, mate.
because I don't know who you are.
But that doesn't mean you're entitled to my ID and stuff.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It does, because you've committed an offence flying that over private property.
What offence?
Eh?
You're wrong, my friend. What offence? If I was committing an offence doing that, I would not do it.
It's a CT site. So under certain legislation...
The sergeant shifts tactics, suddenly fixated on private vehicles. But that's a distraction. The auditor isn't there to film cars, and he makes that clear. Still, the sergeant presses on, saying he doesn't understand the auditor's motives or identity, as if that changes anything. Here's the reality. Under UK law, flying a drone in public airspace doesn't require you to justify your intentions or hand over personal details. Officers can't demand ID just because they feel uncomfortable or confused. It's not the auditor's job to calm their nerves. It's the police's duty to know the law and apply it correctly.
I'll tell you one thing on my I don't have to do this, but I want to allay your concern, and I don't want you guys to be doing something like seizing the drone that you shouldn't
Not
do.
seize your drone. We just I just want to know who you are. I could be talking to somebody who's wanted.
But I'm not going to give you that,
who's
mate.
got criminal offences.
How is that going to... Okay. How would taking someone's ID allay your concern, unless they are like a terrorist?
If you're working for an organised crime grant,
right,
you could be selling details of private cars that belong to officers, because we have a lot of problems.
How would you know that from taking my details, unless I'm some known person that's done it before?
Well, exactly, but we don't know who you are.
This here,
which is why these officers are going to take your details.
This here, no, drone assist.
They are.
There's your police station there.
Yeah.
That's a yellow zone. If I click it, this is CAA. Brown Hazard Police Station, right? Regions where operate your drone.
Show me your YouTube
raise
video or whatever though.
The sergeant keeps pushing, claiming that not knowing the auditor's identity somehow justifies demanding ID. That's flat out wrong. Feeling uneasy is not a legal power. Then he doubles down, insisting the drone is breaching private property and tossing out vague mentions of counter-terrorism laws with zero specifics. That's not policing. That's bluffing. If officers are going to invoke...
I will, without showing you my channel. Sorry?
Well, mate, I'm not going to start following you.
Right. There's my channel. All right. Okay. That's what I do. Okay. I don't want to give you the channel because people complain.
I've just flicked through something there, or you just flicked through something there.
Right.
Mate,
one more time.
I don't know who you are.
I don't have to do this, but I'm trying to allay your concern so that you don't do something you shouldn't do, which is one, take details, or two, seize the drone, right?
Take details. Anybody we suspect of committing an offence, we can take
I haven't
details.
committed an offence. It's not an offence to fly over anything unless it's a prison or an airport, in which case it is an offence and I wouldn't do that, right? So...
Can you see how we get jumpy about people going over? I do a covert role.
Come out, ask me what I'm doing.
And I've
That's a
driven my
course.
private car past you. I have not got a clue who you are. You've just filmed my registration number. I can guarantee on your drone.
No, it's too high. It's too high.
Well, let's have a look.
It's a zoomed out camera. Anyway.
Show me.
The sergeant digs in, escalating from vague threats to wild accusations, even suggesting the auditor could be tied to organised crime or collecting vehicle data. That's not reasonable suspicion. That's pure speculation. In the UK, police powers must be grounded in clear, lawful justification. Flying a drone within legal limits isn't a crime, and it certainly doesn't justify throwing around baseless claims. The auditor responds with facts, openly showing his flight data to prove compliance. But instead of acknowledging it, the sergeant doubles down, still demanding ID with no legal grounds. This is exactly how public trust erodes, when citizens who follow the law are treated like suspects simply because an officer doesn't like or doesn't understand what they're doing.
I'm only showing it you.
Yeah.
I can't, it's on the memory card. I'm only showing you this so that you don't, one, seize the drone, or two, take my details without me wanting to give them. Or obliged to give them. I don't want that to happen. I want you to go, you know what? We're happy.
What are you afraid of?
It's the point.
Eh?
It's the point. You're not entitled to them unless I commit an offence. So if I give them to you, I'm giving away my right, my right to remain private, right?
But
makes sense.
No, but by flying a drone over private police property and private yard, then we're entitled to ask for your details.
It may raise your concern. You can come out and ask me, question me. You've been doing this job how long? A long time, right?
27 and a half years.
So by talking to me and questioning me, you're probably going to get a good idea as to intentions.
I can tell by talking to you.
Right.
You seem like a decent guy.
There we go. And that's it.
I'm sure you haven't got, but I don't know you.
But you have to leave it at that. You can't be demanding details just because you want to put that little bit of paranoia extra to bed. You can't do that, mate. And you know you can't.
At this point, the sergeant's pressure ramps up so aggressively that the auditor gives in and reveals his YouTube channel, not out of choice, but to stop officers from unlawfully seizing his drone or personal details. Let's be clear, this isn't cooperation. It's compliance under duress. When someone with full legal rights is forced to hand over personal information, despite committing no offence, that's not policing. That's coercion. No citizen should have to compromise their privacy or disclose personal platforms simply because an officer is throwing around threats they have no lawful power to enforce.
You know you can't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
You know you can't. Anyway, that's my channel. There's my videos. All right. I did a police one the other day. Look, there it is. Yeah. We have rules on drones in Wales, right? That's my video. Okay.
Right.
That's all I'm going to give you.
You probably know more about drone legislation than I do.
Go on.
So I don't know.
Let me just check I'm still recording, mate. Go on.
No, crack on. No, I said
Just in case something happens, I want to make sure I've got it as well.
I've got other stuff to do.
Yeah,
Can you just let me through the gate? Because I've left my card in the car.
Nice meeting you, Sergeant.
And you, all right?
I hope I've allayed your concern a little
don't
bit.
fly it over again, all right? You've got your footage.
I have to be fair, but
Yeah.
it's allowed to happen, mate. I get that you're going to have you've done the right thing,
Yeah, well, of course, because...
but I think your original approach was a little bit aggressive.
What?
A little bit aggressive to begin with.
Well, no, get the bloody thing down, mate. It's over private property.
But it can go back over, can't it? So it can go back over.
If you
I'm not going
have,
to,
I've warned you not to.
I'm not going to.
Take your drone. So
but I can legally go
seize your
over.
drone.
I'm finished.
I'll go and get my uniform and I'll seize your drone.
No, but for what reason would you do that?
Let's be blunt. After nearly 3 decades in uniform, it's flat out embarrassing that an auditor has to teach this sergeant the basics of policing. Real policing isn't about barking out baseless demands or inventing threats out of thin air. It's about weighing facts, asking smart questions, and protecting the very rights officers swear to uphold. Yet here we see the opposite, a sergeant demanding ID out of nothing more than personal discomfort, exposing not just a lack of legal knowledge but a disregard for civil rights. 27 years in the job, and he still thinks paranoia equals power. That's not good enough. Not for the public, and not for the badge.
No,
I'm just an average Joe.
Are you willing to give your name?
no.
No?
It's obvious, right?
Right.
No.
In that case,
I don't
have you
have
got
to.
any reason to be here right now?
No, but I'm free to be here.
Okay.
You are. Obviously, like I said, I've asked my sergeant if she can speak to a drone expert because I'm clueless.
Yeah.
I think she said something along the lines of you have to a drone license. I'm assuming, is it going to be one of them drones that like over a certain weight limit you have to have a license? And
You have to have an operator ID. You've been very nice and civil.
Yeah.
Your sergeant hasn't.
You got that operator ID on you?
There it is.
Okay.
Okay. Your body comes on.
Say that
Yeah, my body
belongs to you.
camera. Yeah.
So obviously I've folded it so you can't read the complete thing on your camera.
Yeah.
All I have to do is let you know I've got one.
Okay.
I've got one. All right.
So
And you
how's
can
that linked to you then, mate?
What do you mean?
How's that drone operator ID linked to you?
It doesn't have to be linked to me.
Does it not?
No.
Okay.
The owner of the drone.
Yeah, drone looks a bit baffling. I don't really know much.
Operator ID has to be linked to the owner of the drone, I think. And the flyer ID is obviously my thing. I am the owner of the drone, so that ID is linked to.
Watch how the sergeant storms off, threatening to seize the drone if the auditor dares to fly again. But when pressed for the legal basis of that threat, silence. No law cited, no justification given, just a walk away. That's not policing, that's intimidation. This wasn't a slip of the tongue. It was a deliberate attempt to scare someone out of exercising lawful rights by dangling the threat of property seizure with zero authority to back it up. And let's be clear, that's dangerous. Good policing means transparency, explaining your actions, and respecting rights even when challenged. What we saw here was the opposite, power used as a bluff.
Have you got proof of that right now?
Like what?
Have you got proof that that is linked to you?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Don't need it.
Fair enough.
If I suspect you of an offence,
Yes.
you have to give me your operator ID.
If it's flyer related,
Oh, flying
yes.
related. So if you just punch someone, that's not flying related. So
But then I have to give you my normal details, right?
yeah, correct.
Yeah. Same with flyer ID. If you suspect I've committed an offence with the drone, I have to give you the flyer ID.
Okay.
Because that essentially will link you to my name.
Yeah, flyer ID might signal like an operator.
I think operator ID is the owner of the drone. So you could own that drone,
But you could
I
fly
could
it.
fly it.
Ah, okay.
I need a flyer ID to be allowed to fly a drone.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, you can edit that if you want.
Again, all right.
Hello, mate. You're right.
What's your name?
DJ.
DJ. How you
DJ.
doing? You alright?
What's your name?
Sean.
Sergeant.
No, PC.
Sergeant PC.
PC from the road policing unit, but obviously we fly drones as
What's
well.
your number? PC.
4783.
Thank you, man.
Are you doing alright?
Yeah, can I help you at all?
Have you got your drone with you?
I've showed it to him.
Have you?
I've shown him that I've got the operator ID.
Excellent. What model are you flying?
What model?
Yeah, what is it?
DJI.
Yeah, which one?
Why?
Mavic 2 Mini.
Why?
Because of the size and the weight, and then
Right.
maximum permitted takeoff mass determined.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
Occasions.
As you're the drone officer,
Go on.
I'll just show it you.
Yeah, nice one. Oh, the Mini. Excellent.
Under UK law, the Civil Aviation Authority sets the rules for drones. Here's the key point. Every drone with a camera must display an operator ID. That ID is tied to the person who's legally responsible for the drone, not necessarily the person flying it in that moment. Now, if the drone weighs 250 grams or more, the pilot must also have a flyer ID, which you get by passing a simple online theory test. But here's where people get confused. For drones under 250 grams that still have a camera, the law only requires the operator ID, not a flyer ID. Having both is recommended, but only one is mandatory, so when officers start demanding random ID from the pilot, it shows they don't even understand the actual drone laws they're trying to enforce.
Excellent, all right.
And have you checked your NOTAMs this morning before your flight?
Oh, what, sorry?
NOTAMs.
No.
Any reason why?
No. Don't check it every day.
You don't check it every day. You should check it before every flight.
Really?
Yeah. What do you use? Do you use NOTAMs or not?
No, I use Drone Assist.
Okay, so it will pull it from NOTAMs. And when you're flying, do you...
When you say, hold on, do you mean, have I checked where I'm flying?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah,
So,
I checked before I travelled
so
up.
Drone Assist will take any warnings or hazards from NOTAMs.
No,
As well.
The word you used, I didn't know what the word meant.
Yeah.
Before I travelled, I checked the area. So I've travelled quite far today.
Where do you come from?
I didn't want to travel up.
Yeah.
I get here, and I'm like, oh, I can't fly here. So I've checked all that already.
When the drone officer arrives, the difference is night and day. Unlike the sergeant earlier, who came out swinging with threats and shaky legal claims, this officer takes a calm, professional approach. He doesn't jump to conclusions. Instead, he simply asks the most important question: what type of drone is being flown? The auditor explains it's a DJI Mini, and that detail changes everything. Weighing under 250 grams, the Mini sits in the lowest risk category under UK drone laws.
They just presume, don't they, that...
Exactly, because they think you own that land, it goes upwards like that, and you own everything above it as well, but you don't. And people don't get that, and that's what confrontation you get a lot of times from people coming from private companies. Why are you flown over our yard? It's got lots of stock in it. Well, you don't stop a helicopter flying over, you don't stop a British Airways flight flying over. What's the difference from a drone flying over? Just because...
His first words were, you're flying over private property. So you should educate your sergeant.
Yeah, when it came storming out, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's allowed. And that's why I wanted to double check first before he went, did something he shouldn't. Or I did something.
Yeah.
For anyone unfamiliar, NOTAM stands for Notice to Airmen. These are official alerts issued by aviation authorities to flag temporary hazards in the airspace. Things like air shows, police operations, emergency incidents, or short-term restrictions near sensitive sites. In the UK, NOTAMs are overseen by the CAA and NATS. That's why it's crucial for drone operators to check them before every flight, especially in built-up areas or around key infrastructure. Thankfully, that's easy to do. Apps like Drone Assist pull this data into a simple, user-friendly map, making compliance straightforward. And that's exactly what the auditor did. He followed the correct process. Once again, notice the difference. The drone officer doesn't apply pressure, doesn't throw around threats. He deals in facts, law, and constructive dialogue. Exactly how this should be handled.
He was just concerned that I was doing it for probably a terrorist-related incident,
Yeah.
something or other, wasn't he? But
And it does say when you're flying it too, like I said to you earlier, near buildings, certain areas, it does create a security risk, but you don't commit an offence.
no.
Yes, you create.
You expect to be challenged about it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. But as long as you're legal and as long as you're doing everything that you should do, then you've got no problem, have you?
No.
There you go.
That's it, man. Nice one.
All right. Have a good day.
Damn it. Leave it to it, mate. It's
Yeah,
been
man.
nice chatting to you. Thanks
You
for being
too, mate.
informative.
You too. I'm gonna go. Have a good day, man.
This is where the drone officer really shines. He calmly clears up one of the biggest misconceptions in drone law: airspace ownership. Owning land does not mean you own the airspace above it, and that's the difference. This officer embodies what real policing should be: fact-based, informed, and ego-free. No paranoia, no emotion, no flexing of authority. Instead of escalating, he educates. Instead of inventing problems, he corrects misconceptions. It's a stark contrast to the sergeant earlier, who who leaned on gut feelings rather than the law. This officer shows that professionalism, clarity, and respect go much further than empty threats ever could.